Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Week, along with head coach Matt Loddick. This is Todd Eichow. And, Coach, obviously we jump right in for the first maybe time this season. There's significant adversity, not only 2 losses, dropping the record 8-2, but playing without perhaps your best overall player in Tavon Walker, at least for a few weeks going forward.
You know, for me, it's yes, there's adversity. I'm really proud of the way, we came out and competed despite the adversity. And, honestly, it's when one guy goes down, it's another opportunity for someone to step up. And I thought collectively we did that. The one thing that, I've kind of noticed just by dissecting the film, watching our team compete is really, we've talked a lot, but just being inexperienced. There's just a lot of inexperienced plays we're making. Things that we can get better at, and really proud of the way they competed, really proud of the talent. I think our guys are really talented, and I think, I don't know if we're going to make those same mistakes in a month.
Matt's talking about the loss against Ball State, which came only about 40 hours after the Purdue game ended, and certainly after the loss to Purdue, and then finding out before the Ball State game that Tavon wouldn't play. Some teams might have crumbled and said, hey, all right, that's it, right? And then you drop behind in the second half by double digits. And I think we saw, and hopefully we'll see this going forward, the true character of a team that kind of dug down when things were not going their way and came all the way back and had the lead, and obviously very easily could have won the game.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, I hope every team I coach, responds to adversity the way this club has. And for us, I think it's going to help us in the long run as much as it hurt after the game. I'll tell you, it felt like I got punched in the gut. But I do think it'll make us a better team. I think a lot of conference games are going to come down to last possession. And, we're looking forward to it. I think it was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll be on the winning side of the majority of those, though.
And again, you had to play with different combinations. You had to go to a zone at one point in the game. You had to go with a real small lineup at one point in the game. And then you played the same guys for about 8 consecutive minutes. It's things that you really hadn't done all year. And most of it worked, right?
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of it worked. We had been practicing our zone, hadn't had to put it in yet. And actually, the way we defended them in the first half was kind of consistent with the way we've defended all season. We made a lot of mental mistakes in the second half. They made some adjustments, and so the zone got our energy back, got them out of rhythm. So I was pleased with that, and that's primarily what we're going to use our zone for. But in that stretch, that 8-minute stretch, we were down 11, and we quickly got into that lead. And I just liked the rhythm that those guys provided. And I think, again, with this team, it's going to be different guys every night. That night it was those guys, and that we played good enough to win. Unfortunately, we didn't.
I think I've talked about on the broadcast, and I've talked about with you off the air, that for your team to play to its potential, you need Joe Burton to score. And if something real positive came out of this past week, Joe found the basket again. And he nearly had 20 in both ball games. And on a real positive note, he played with that sort of offensive energy which you need him to play with.
Yeah, no, and we can get Joe going. It's going to help us a lot. And, we really had expectations of him being a big scorer for us. And I know all players, they go through lulls, and Joe went through a little bit of a lull. But he was fantastic. He scored at a very efficient rate, a high rate, and that's the expectation we have for him.
All right, let's look going forward now. 4 more road games coming up, including 1 game this week. And again, it's a Big Ten team in Northwestern, a team that was in the tournament a year ago, a team that brought most of their key players back, and a team that, quite frankly, has not played up to their potential this far this year. What can you tell us about them?
Look, they're probably a team that's a little bit, can be playing better than they are. They have been. I think we're the same way. We are playing a Big Ten team on the road, but we are looking forward to it. I know our guys don't like losing. The coaches don't like losing, and so getting back on the floor with an opportunity to beat a team with kind of the expectations that Northwestern had for this year is going to be exciting.
And it's always fun to play in Chicago for you, coach in Chicago. Obviously, we've recruited Chicago heavily throughout the years. You've got ties there, and it's a tremendous basketball city.
Oh, no doubt. And I grew up about 5 miles from Northwestern's campus, so I spent a lot of time there. And So yeah, it's pretty special. I have a lot of family and friends in the crowd. I actually had some high school teammates hit me up on LinkedIn. Hadn't talked to them in a while, but said they're going to be there. So
Okay.
Be looking for their familiar faces. But again, it's a business trip. We're going there to win a game, and it's going to be a tough game. But we're going there with the expectation to compete and hopefully pull out a win.
Good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
For head coach Matt Loddick, this is Todd Eichhoff. Thanks for joining us this week on Valpo Basketball Weekly.